Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Global Lens Hub. Today, we're diving into a topic that's causing quite a stir across Europe. Germany, often seen as the continent's economic powerhouse, is making moves that have its neighbors worried. The big question is Germany putting its own economic survival ahead of European unity? Let's break it down. Not long ago, Germany was celebrated as the engine of Europe. Its strong industrial base, skilled workforce, and commitment to fiscal discipline made it a model for others. But lately, the narrative has shifted. The German economy is facing significant headwinds: high energy costs, a manufacturing slowdown, and intense global competition. In response, Berlin has unveiled a massive €200 billion relief package to shield its own citizens and industries from soaring energy prices. Now, on the surface, that sounds reasonable, right? A government helping its people. But here's the catch. Not every country in the European Union has that kind of cash to splash around. This unilateral move by Germany creates a huge imbalance. While German companies get a significant boost, making their products cheaper and more competitive, companies in countries like Italy, Spain, or Poland are left struggling to cope with the same high energy costs, but without the same level of government support. This has led to accusations that Germany is distorting the EU's single market, the very foundation of European economic cooperation. The single market is designed to ensure a level playing field where companies from all member states can compete fairly. But when one country pumps billions into its own economy, that playing field starts to look very tilted. It's like a race where one runner gets a massive head start. Critics, including leaders from other EU nations, argue this "every nation for itself" approach could unravel the solidarity that holds the European Union together. They fear it could trigger a subsidy race, where wealthier nations outspend poorer ones, leading to economic fragmentation and political resentment. It's a classic case of what economists call a beggar thy neighbor policy, where one country's solution becomes another country's problem. But let's look at it from Germany's perspective. For decades, Germany has been one of the largest net contributors to the EU budget. They've bailed out struggling economies during the Eurozone crisis and have been a pillar of stability. German officials would argue that a weak German economy is bad for everyone. If their industrial heartland collapses, the shockwaves would be felt across the entire continent, dragging everyone down. From their point of view, they aren't just saving themselves. They're trying to prevent a much larger European catastrophe. Furthermore, Germany has been hit particularly hard by the energy crisis due to its heavy reliance on Russian gas, a dependency that is now a massive vulnerability. The government feels it has no choice but to act decisively to prevent widespread deindustrialization and social unrest at home. They believe a stable Germany is essential for a stable Europe. The question is, does the rest of Europe agree with the methods? This isn't the first time Germany's economic policies have been questioned. During the sovereign debt crisis a decade ago, Germany championed strict austerity measures for countries like Greece and Portugal. These policies were deeply unpopular and caused immense social hardship. Back then, Germany was criticized for being too rigid and dogmatic. Now, it's being criticized for being too self-serving and using its financial might to go it alone. It seems Germany is in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. The core of the issue is a fundamental debate about the future of the European Union. Is it a true union built on solidarity and shared destiny, or is it just a collection of nation-states that cooperate only when it's convenient? Germany's recent actions have forced this uncomfortable question into the spotlight. A truly integrated Europe would require more centralized decision-making and resource sharing, perhaps through common EU-level borrowing and spending to tackle shared crises. However, this idea of fiscal union has always been a tough sell, especially in fiscally conservative countries like Germany. Many German taxpayers are wary of being on the hook for the debts of other nations. This tension between national interests and collective European responsibility is at the heart of the current debate. So, where do we go from here? The European Commission is trying to find a middle ground, proposing more modest, jointly funded solutions to the energy crisis. But the €200 billion German elephant is still in the room. The long-term consequences could be significant. If businesses start relocating to Germany to take advantage of cheaper energy, it could hollow out the industrial bases of other member states, deepening economic divides. This could also fuel political fragmentation. Populist parties across Europe are already capitalizing on the narrative that the EU only serves the interests of the powerful, particularly Germany. This erodes trust in the European project and strengthens nationalist sentiments, which is the last thing the continent needs in these turbulent times. Ultimately, Germany is walking a tightrope. It's trying to secure its own economic future while also being a leader in Europe. But its recent actions suggest that when push comes to shove, national priorities come first. This might be a pragmatic choice for Germany in the short term, but it risks fracturing the very European unity that has been a cornerstone of peace and prosperity for decades. The path forward requires a delicate balance of national responsibility and European solidarity. The decisions made in Berlin and Brussels over the next few months will not only shape Germany's economy, but the future of the entire European project. What do you think? Is Germany being selfish, or is it making a pragmatic choice for the good of all? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching Global Lens Hub. If you found this analysis insightful, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration of the forces shaping our world. See you next time.